Well, one person who has shown leadership is former Labor Senator and Olympian Nova Peris, and she joins me now. Nova, welcome to the program once again. Thank you so much for your advocacy on behalf of our community. Look, what do you think is happening when we're seeing lists of Jews being shared and it goes viral globally?
Yeah, it is. Firstly, I want to say sorry for your community. I feel your pain and your anguish, and it's not right. And I just want to draw a comparison, if I can, in any way, that I was racially vilified a number of years ago. And the guy who racially vilified me was subjected to an 8 months suspended jail sentence. And he hurt me with words via the internet. Now, what's happened to the 600 Jewish people and their families is inexcusable. And if this is illegal to have occurred, the sharing of information and private information, this is inciting racial hatred, it's inciting pain and violence to your community, and harsh measures should be, and I would call for a prison sentence. If I can be racially vilified and the guy who racially vilified me gets 8 months suspended just through words, he wasn't aiming to hurt me in any other way apart from words. This is very dangerous.
I mean, it seems like the law's already there. I'm so sorry that happened to you, Nova.
Yeah.
So it seems like the laws are already there, but they're not being applied when it comes to the Jewish community. I saw that the Prime Minister this afternoon in a radio interview on 2GB indicated that he might ask his Attorney General to consider whether tougher laws are needed. Yeah. But it just seems like across the board, when you look at the Opera House protest or you know, whatever it is, that the hate preachers, we do have laws that are in place, but no one's using them.
You need leadership. Leadership is the only way you can make change. And if we want to keep this country a great country, we can't allow ourselves to diminish to a country where a cohort of incredible Australians are being hurt in this capacity, and to sit back and say nothing is not right. And for me, as an Aboriginal Australian, I know what the Jewish community have done for my people. So it's very easy for me to stand on the right side of history with your people, because, you know, it's not right what's happening. And, you know, if we go back to what happened on the October 9th, before any retaliation happened, you know, I look back at the massacres that have occurred for Aboriginal people since colonisation, and to my knowledge, never in one single massacre has there been 1,200 people. You know, that was the most brutal massacre, and we allowed, people stood back and watched what happened on October the 9th. Is just insane in this country, and it's un-Australian. And for those cohort of people to do what they did to your community on our national icon, the the Opera House. The Opera House is like the Uluru. You know, it's an international icon. They spat in the face of all Australians. It is totally un-Australian, and we can't keep making excuses of why we can't get tougher on what's happening to the community now.
Such strong words. Nova, your comments, you did a video last week on social media where you explained how people are wrong, and a lot of Palestinian activists are doing this. They're trying to say their cause is the same as indigenous Australians fighting in Australia. And you produced a video that went viral. Let's play a little snippet of it now if we can.
In recent times, we've heard a lot in our national discourse in Australia about truth-telling, and it has mostly been in the context of my own people. I am saddened to see our sacred Aboriginal flag, a flag which I fought so hard to be returned to the Aboriginal community, being misappropriated by Palestinian anti-Israel and anti-Jewish groups in Australia. Who gave outright free, prior and informed consent to use our flag for your cause? The Jewish people in Australia have been the most committed friends and allies of my people for decades, and I absolutely refuse to stand by and let anyone deny these truths.
Such a powerful video. How ignorant are the Palestinian activists trying to claim that they share the same cause as Indigenous Australians when Jews are Indigenous to the land of Israel?
Yep, and truth matters. And over the years, with all sitting down with elders in our community, truth is fundamental to progress in this country. So I know the history, and for the last 50 years of my time on this continent, I have never in my time seen a January 26th march where Palestinian people have somehow joined in the cause. You know, they've marched and they've...
It's a new trend.
It's a new trend. You know, they hijacked our day, where I see January 26 is like the Anzac Day. We acknowledge the fallen soldiers. We acknowledge the blood of our ancestors. We acknowledge the strength and the resilience, but also the survival. And for Aboriginal people, our elders, we're not trying to hurt anyone here in this continent. We've worked so hard for reconciliation and for peace going forward. You know, we want this country to be good and safe for our future generations. So for me, doing that video was so fundamental to the core of who I am as an Aboriginal person, because we lived under the...
And you've had backlash and negative reaction to that video.
I have. You know, if people have attacked me, I've been attacked most of my life. You stick your head out, you're going to expect people to sort of come at you. But hand on my heart, I know at the Jewish community, you have people like your Ron Castens, who devoted 40 years of his life, the Jeff Schurz, who in the 1970s sat on Mother Earth with my people to understand and write the archaeological evidence of our existence to this continent. So we can't deny your truth. And your truth is that it's archaeologically proven that you have connection to Israel and have done for over 3,000 years. You know, it's not a new thing since 1948. You know, you've never ceded your sovereignty to your country. We've never ceded sovereignty to ours. And I know in the Jewish community, we just want to live peacefully. You know,
absolutely.
That's what we want to do. And so
exactly.
I'm happy I've done what I've done, and I will stand with your community knowing the truth.
Thank you, Nova, and I'm so sorry you've had such horrible backlash to it. I'm sure it has been intense, because I know how intense those activists can be. So thank you so much for your courage, for standing strong. We all really appreciate it.
Thank you.